All right, let's get into this question about pre-award peer reviews. So first, let's determine what the question is being asked or the specific issue being researched. So it says, where does it say that pre-award peer reviews for competitive acquisitions shall be conducted before issuing the solicitation, requesting final proposal revisions, and awarding the contract? So let's pull out some interesting things here. So to me, this is probably the subject of what we're talking about here. So I'm going to highlight that. For competitive acquisitions, right? That's kind of a context there that I may need to have or likely need to have. And then shall be conducted before issuing the solicitation, requesting final proposal revisions, and awarding the contract. So all these things are maybe more things that are going to inform my answer. But the subject here, pre-award peer reviews, I think that's what I want to start searching for. So I'm going to go to my search in acquisition.gov and let's put in print or in quotes let's just pull it right from the question so we don't make any spelling errors. Pre-award peer reviews. And let's make sure that we're searching the FAR as well as the DFARS and DFARS PGI. All right, and submit. Okay, so right off the bat, it's showing me that maybe this is going to be in a PGI, a DFARS PGI, and it's showing me that it looks like we're in DFARS Part 201. Let me go down and see if that continues to hold true. So actually, this is pretty interesting. There's only 6 results found, and they're all revolving around pretty much this PGI. And so I'm feeling fairly confident that my answer is going to be found in a PGI, right? And so now just for kicks and giggles, though, I have this competitive acquisitions for competitive acquisitions. I'm wondering if I could even extend my search to that. Let's just try that. So I had 6 and now I've got 2. And look at this right here. The first one out of the gate, I clearly have these words here. And this looks like it's going to be in line with what I'm looking for. It says shall be conducted prior to each of the following 3 phases. So now before I click on this, the question is if I click on this, is this going to take me to the correct version of the DFARS I want to see? It's actually not, because this is taking me through acquisition.gov to the DFARS, and I don't want to use acquisition.gov when I'm using the DFARS. I want to use the DPC official version of the DFARS. So let me go ahead and open that up. Open this up in a new tab. But I'm going to reference this because that's the PGI I need. And so I need to use DFARS PGI 201.170-2. So I'm going to go down here to 201.1, and it looks like it's right here. So I'm going to open up in HTML 201.170-2. And if I ever forget, I can always just go back here and say, well, what was it? Oh yeah, 201.170-2. Okay, here we are right here. Here's 201-170-2. Make this a little bit bigger. And this says pre-award peer reviews for competitive acquisitions shall be conducted prior to each of the following 3 phases of the acquisition: issuance of the solicitation, request for final proposal and revisions, and contract award. Well, that sounds familiar, and it should, because it's those 3 characteristics right here in the question. So I feel like I have a good question fit now. And I'm in the DFARS PGI, so I'm about as specific as I could possibly be. So I feel like that answers the question. Now, are we talking about competitive acquisitions here? Yes, we are talking about competitive acquisitions. This matches the question perfectly. And so I'm feeling pretty confident about this answer. I'm going to go ahead and type in my response. This is a DFARS PGI, and it's 201.170-2. And now the question is what do I need to cite here? Because I found it here, but do I need to cite A1, A2, A3, or all of them? Right? Well, because it's saying where I'm looking for this information, for all 3 of these things, I need to cite whatever citation includes all 3. And the citation that includes all 3 of these things is this one right here. Okay? And so I need to cite to that paragraph level. I don't want to go further than that, because if I just cited this, then I'm leaving out this part of the question, right? I would only be answering the issuance of the solicitation part of the question. I need to answer all 3. And so Instead of saying A1, 2, and 3, all I'm going to do is say the answer to this question is found in DFARS PGI 201.170-2, paragraph A, and that encompasses 1, 2, and 3 right there. Okay. Now, if I go back to my search results originally, I can feel fairly confident that what I have found is the correct answer. I can click on this other one just to kind of scan it if I wanted to. Let's see here. And this is actually simply referring to, well, let's go there. Let's go here. And it appears that this, there's nothing really different in that. There's nothing really different that I'm getting from this particular thing. See, it's just citing right here pre-award peer reviews for competitive acquisitions. It looks like it's just citing that paragraph A, which we're already citing. So I'm feeling pretty confident about my answer. I found it here in the DPC version of the DFARS and DFARS PGI. Okay, so I'm gonna feel confident in that answer.